If you're a business owner or honestly on the internet at all, I bet you'll find this interesting. We recently hosted a webinar on this idea of find your search, and we got a lot of really great feedback, but something that was mentioned was it was a lot of education to take in. So we wanted to make some dedicated videos here on YouTube so you could come back, reference it, bookmark it, and really understand the search evolution, where search is today, and how that affects your small business. This first part is reframing how you see search. Even if you're not a business owner watching this right now, it is interesting to think of the evolution of search and how it got to where it is today. So in this video, we're going to talk about the platform landscape, and then in the next video, we will talk about what that means for small business owners and what you can do about it. So like I mentioned, we hosted this webinar called Find Your Search, where we talk about how to get found beyond Google, like in Maps, YouTube, etc., social media, a lot of different platforms. So the definition of this Find Your Search that we've put together is to understand where your customers are looking and what they expect to see depending on where they're looking, and then which lanes you should commit to first as a business owner. So let's start with the evolution of search and where it is today. So right off the bat, search is not just 10 blue links anymore on Google. We all know and are very familiar with these 10 blue links because it's what, for the most of time, at least in an internet sense of time, it's what pops up when you search something. So let's look at search from that era as a user and then as a business. So as a user, the way you interacted with Google search in this 10 blue link era was you would try to be as succinct as possible. You would try to use the least amount of words to get across what you really wanted or needed to look up to have the best chance of Google actually showing the right links for that search, right? You would try to limit your filler words. You would keep it one question at a time. And even then, sometimes the links that popped up were completely irrelevant and you'd have to go back and try to refine your search even more. And then on the business side, there was a pretty standard set of SEO best practices that, if followed correctly, directly related to better rankings on that list of blue links. It was never an exact formula. Google has always held their algorithm close to their chest, but it was pretty cut and dry for the most part. But for better or for worse, search is not just these 10 blue links anymore. Before we even get to the other search platforms, let's just take Google as the traditional search engine here. When I search something, now they have AI overview, rich results, embedded videos, short form and long form. And depending on what you search, they might show maps or they might show different forums like Reddit. And this is all before you get to those 10 blue links. So some of these aren't new, but the way that Google is structuring the search page and the search result is being updated all of the time, especially with the new AI overview with Gemini. So even with just Google, you're competing on a lot of different surfaces, not just website links. So are you really optimizing your content for all of these different lanes and channels within just Google? But then to really set the scene of where everyone is searching today, it's a lot more than just Google. How many of y'all, when you're looking for a quick place to stop for lunch, immediately open Google or Apple Maps to type in sandwich shop near me? How many of you have a really niche question that you're sure has never been asked before, only to go to Reddit and see the exact same question posted 5 years ago? How many of you, when you have a multi-part or really complex question, head straight to ChatGPT or Gemini so you have a chance to input all of that extra context? And did you know that YouTube is the second largest search engine? How many of you, when you need a tutorial or a walkthrough video, go straight to YouTube to search that? Now, you personally might not use every single one of these platforms, but as a whole, these platforms are being used for search more and more. So same search, different platform. But now that we've seen the array of different platforms, let's look at the type of content on each of those platforms. The type of content on each of these platforms that people are searching for is evolving as well. So search isn't just about keywords anymore, it's about where people go based on the format that they're looking for. So we're gonna take a recipe as an example. Let's say you want a recipe for a dinner roll because you have something coming up. I don't know. So you might head to TikTok first to get some inspiration, maybe see a creator that you already follow and click through for that visual proof or maybe a little bit of that how-to to see someone doing the technique. Then you might head to Pinterest to see a lot of different recipes all in one area. You can click through, maybe it takes you to their website or to their food blog for more in-depth recipes. Or if you know you follow someone on Substack, maybe you found them from TikTok, you might go directly to their Substack to search for their dinner roll recipe because they're going to have images, it's longer form, and there's more of that trust factor since you already subscribe to them most likely. It's the same goal, but a different platform based on the expectations and the preferences that I have when I'm looking it up. Pinterest is visual discovery and usually sends you to the website. TikTok is short form and, something that you want to see. And then Substack is the creator-led, organic, longer form content, and it's sometimes paywalled. So they're all very different. So same search, different format. The final layer to this is same search, different behavior. So as I mentioned a few minutes ago, thinking about how we would try to trim the input that we put into Google to have the best chance of the right content popping up. So using those short queries, just a few words as small as you could put it into that Google search bar, so the right links popped up. We just talked about that. At the time, that's how Google's algorithm worked. But now with AI, whether that's Google's AI overview, Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, pick your favorite, doesn't matter. The length of your query is getting longer and longer, and sometimes it's not even just one query. You stack multiple into one. So all of these search platforms, not even just ChatGPT or Gemini, but TikTok and Pinterest and everything else, they're getting much smarter about understanding your question or your input and then matching it with the type of content that you're looking for because of AI. So because of this, traditional SEO best practices, while there's still the right foundation and the right baseline, they're not going to give you those exact same results that you might be used to just 5 or 10 years ago. Which all of this kind of goes back to the point of if you're just doing things the way they've always been done, you're probably going to start to be left behind or not notice the same results. Longer question-based searches mean you should publish clearer, more specific answers, answering things like FAQ, creating long-form videos that go more in depth, or really in-depth service pages that have child pages for related content under that. So to recap, it's the same search, but it's a different platform, a different format, and different search behavior. So now that we've looked at how search has changed so much and how it's evolved into where it is today, whenever you feel those pressures of, needing to be on every platform or posting everywhere because it's free, which we always put free in quotes because it still takes time and energy and effort and all that, but whatever. It's, cost-wise, it's free. Or just feeling uncertain about where you should be really putting your time because it feels like there's so much out there. There is so much out there. So you're definitely not alone in feeling that platform pressure. And if you feel like marketing your business is doing everything everywhere all at once, again, you're not alone. And that's why we're doing this Find Your Search lesson education, so you can see kind of how it affects you as a business owner and what you need to do because of it. Okay, so as I mentioned, this first part is really just looking at the evolution of search and kind of doing the education behind it. In the next video, we're going to talk about what it really means for small business owners and kind of what you can do about it. If we haven't met, I'm Madison with Mad Banana Marketing. Me and Anna hosted the first Find Your Search webinar a few weeks ago, and we're definitely going to have another one. If that's something that interests you, just leave us a comment. We'll make sure we send you a registration link. If you found us from one of our 2 chambers that we're involved in, welcome. We're so glad to have you. And again, if you missed that first webinar, just let us know in the comments if you're interested in signing up for our next one. At Mad Banana, we always say your website should look good and work good. And we really take an SEO lens to everything that we do. And as we were just talking about, since SEO and search is changing so much, we really have been inspired to stay on the forefront of GEO or AIO or whatever you want to call it, how AI is affecting the search landscape and what that really means in a practical way. If you're doing your own marketing or if you hire an agency like us, you can trust that we, know the best practices and know how it's affecting businesses and how they show up online. I'm so excited to get into part 2. So make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date with the next part of the series, but also all of the other tips and tricks that we give for entrepreneurs or in the digital marketing space when it comes to websites and SEO. And I'll see you in the next one.